Hi, I'm Craig Steele, Salt Lake City, Utah. Davis County, Utah County, Salt Lake County. I wanted to talk a little bit today about mortgage interest rates. They are high, there's no doubt about it. I actually feel sorry for people that are coming into the market a little bit right now. The thing we have to understand is in any market, you're going to have rate fluctuations up or down. And of course, the interest rates going up, we do need to curb inflation. Inflation has been kind of runaway for the last couple of years. Pandemic definitely didn't help with that. But the one thing about interest rates will change. Values of houses obviously do change, but we are not seeing the values decrease in houses like we have seen in some past markets. For example, in this market, even with a 7.5% interest rate, we're still showing approximate appreciation in Utah of about 7.8%. That's pretty robust since the standard appreciation is usually around 3 to 5%. Granted, it's not 22%, it's not 18%, it's not anything like that. But interest rates are a problem. What can you do about that? Well, a couple of options. There are many motivated sellers out there that are trying to sell a house. There's 2-1 buy downs, there's 3-2-1 buy downs, there's 1-1 buy downs. What that means is the seller is paying the interest between the current rate and an actual lowered rate for a couple of years. In the case of a 2-1 buy down, let's say the rate's 7.5%. You're going to get a 5.5% for the first year, 6.5% for the second year, and then forward a 7.5% rate. Most economists are predicting that we will have interest rate reductions in the next 6, 9, 12, 18 months. And I know I've been saying that a little bit, but I do believe in the fact that with the inflation being curbed, interest rates will come back down. Heaven forbid we fall into not a great recession, but a recession that is a lingering recession that will absolutely drive rates down. I don't think we're going to ever see rates again in the twos. I don't think we'll ever see it down in the threes as well. But I do think we'll see rates in the fours and the fives, which is pretty standard. I've been doing this for about 30 years. The average rate that I've always sold in the last 30 years has been around that 5.5 to 6.25% interest rate. So now the times are a little bit high, but we needed a correction in the inflation. We definitely don't want hyperinflation. We don't want runaway inflation. Now let's talk about values of houses. Since the values of houses haven't really dropped, or they have dropped, but they haven't dropped tremendously, specific to Utah, a lot of areas there's been some other drastic drops, and I won't mention any different states or any metros just because I'm focused on Utah. Values themselves are not dropping because there is such a shortage of inventory. There are no homes for sale. Many people that have that low interest rate, they're locked in. They don't want to move. Even if they don't like their house, they're not wanting to move. So those houses are technically off the market. Where do we get new houses? We get new houses by builders, building new houses, or people selling a current house and wanting to move into something different. Since a lot of people are tied into that rate that has been pretty low, artificially low, by the way, those people definitely don't want to move. They don't want to, get away from that payment. That payment's a great payment for them. More than likely, a lot of these people that will end up moving will actually hold on to that house and treat it as a rental because you can't get rental interest rates as low as you have on your primary mortgage, that we've got in the last several years, the 2s and the 3% range. So you'll probably see a lot of those houses stay off the market. What we will see though is many people that do have to move. They've got a job change, a divorce, a bankruptcy, a death. People have to move. People getting married, they have blended families, they need a bigger house. People will move, people will buy houses. Does that drastically reduce the inventory? Yeah, it absolutely does. Builders absolutely need to step up to the plate and build more homes for the good of the people rather than just the good of the builder. And I know that's kind of counterproductive because we're all in this to make money. We absolutely need to have builders that are creating more first-time homebuyer houses, a lower price point. And by the way, the house size is decreasing. Doesn't necessarily mean values are decreasing when they're selling a home, but the age of the gargantuan house, the mini mansion is kind of gone. People are going to smaller homes, at which point that will drive actually a value, not necessarily drive a value down, but it will drive a value for the first-time home buyers and maybe some of the move-up buyers. And let's not forget the 39% of the market, which is the baby boomers. They're actually not necessarily They are going to smaller houses, but they are 39% of the market right now, and it's a missed opportunity if we're not focused on those people, because they are moving, they are selling or keeping their house and turning it into a rental, but they're buying another house, maybe smaller, maybe on a single level, so they're not going up and down stairs. No, I'm not a baby boomer, I'm the Gen X. But it all goes to the point that values of houses are probably not going to reduce, because there's a shortage of inventory and there's a lot of houses that are not going to come back on the market. So those opportunities that we do see out there are going to be in that first-time home buyer moving up to another house. Maybe some of the FHA and VA people out there that have a FHA or VA mortgage. Good opportunity with those people, because those loans are assumable. An assumable loan, for example, if I was going to go buy a house right now, wouldn't be a bad idea to look for a home that is currently listed as an FHA available home, because you can assume that mortgage even at the 2 3/4 or 3% interest rate. Back to the values of the houses. Values are not going to drop. We've had a slight reduction here in Utah, about 2.8%, but that's really not a very, very small reduction, considering that we've had 12, 18, 20% appreciation. So, values of houses aren't going down. Word to the wise is somebody right now that is looking for a house, even at a higher interest rate, it's a golden opportunity for you, because you can get in at a slightly reduced value on a house. And by the way, sellers are paying concessions. They are paying closing costs. They are paying those 2-1, 3-2-1 buy downs to help clients get in the house, which in effect does reduce your interest rate, which in effect does reduce kind of the value of the purchase price. So those people that are actually savvy and want to get their home that they want, you're going to have an opportunity down the road. Every 4 to 7 years, people do some kind of a refinance. And we will have markets that move in those eras. Whether, as rates come down, people will have an opportunity to refinance. So those people that want to get in and get a good house, yeah, it's going to hurt, it's going to sting for a little bit. But take advantage of the systems, take advantage of the opportunities out there. Talk to your lender, talk to the person who's actually helping you, talk to your realtor. There's many opportunities to get into a house at a cheaper value or a cheaper cost on a monthly basis, and also have the opportunity down the road to do some kind of a refinance. Once again, my name is Craig Steele, Salt Lake City Real Estate, in the mortgage industry for 30 years. This is a great opportunity, probably the best opportunity in the next several years to buy a home and get a great value. You always have the opportunity to refinance and better your situation. Reach out to me, give me a shout. I would love to actually have a in-person conversation or a conversation over the phone in regards to this. Don't believe the media about all the doom and gloom out there. On a nationwide level, a lot of people want to spew doom and gloom. Salt Lake, Utah, our economy is vibrant. We have a lot of good things going for us. So give me a call. Let's talk about it. Talk to you soon. Thanks.